Here's what I think is most effective. I cut up about 4 or 5 peppers, seeds and all. Don't put the stems in there. Just throw those out in the yard somewhere where pests like to dig. Put about equal parts, or excuse me, put about 2 inches of vinegar in there, and then a little bit of soapy dishwashing detergent. Shake it up, and don't spray it on your skin, don't spray it on your eyes, and make sure when you spray it, it's not going to come back on you. I just spray the perimeter of the house, outside, and so far so good. As part of my quest to get the place rid of mice, rats, which I haven't seen one this year and I don't want to, spiders, bugs, everything like that that creeps and crawls around that I don't want it, I had read that making a spray of vinegar, hot peppers, and putting a little bit of Ajax in there will create a smell that most pests don't like. The Ajax helps kind of stick around a little bit instead of just like dissipating, so we'll see if that really works. I'm prepared a meal tonight, and I just went ahead and put the seeds and the scraps of the jalapeno pepper that I didn't want in there because I'll throw them away, right? I'm going to cut up one more and put in here and put in about that much vinegar and a squirt of the dish soap. Spray it when it stops raining and see if it works. It's raining, so I can't spray places that are wet, but I spray places where I don't want critters to be. And that's what it looks like. Be sure you don't spray it in your face, Kim. This is just an old spray bottle that I found that was empty because if you buy a new one, you have to pay $1 for it in the store. This one had a good spray trigger. Clear, so I could see what was in it. I tried the mint leaves in water and sprayed a little bit, but then it turns into like a kind of moldy mess. So if you do that, you want to go ahead and use it. It doesn't store very well. Still smells good. It's just not spraying very well. Even though this bottle has the little thing on the bottom to keep things from getting sucked up in it. And this is some jalapeno peppers that were so hot that they took my breath away when I was cutting them up. I sauteed them, put them in the freezer. I put them in about that much, which is what? 18 ounces of vinegar. I'm going to let it warm up a little bit. And this is a bottle I got at Walmart. Spray that and see if it will distract all the little bugs and other little critters that I don't want. Actually could have made it stronger, I guess. Apparently hanging the paper bag upside down to look like a hornet's nest did not work against carpenter bees. Because I pressure washed yesterday. And look what is right under the bag. What is that? Little somethings. Sorry, bub. I closed up all your holes. I'm sure you're lost trying to find it. I had bees, wasps, something drilling holes in the ceiling of the carport, just relentlessly doing so. I got regular wood putty, filled those up, and that stopped it. I don't know if they leave some kind of scent or something to remind them to come back to a place they started to destroy, but it stopped that. I thought I would have to repaint, but I haven't had to do that. It's been a couple of months. Yay, that worked. The black wasp, or whatever they are, started trying to do this on a post after I pressure washed my deck. I ended up having to put the wood putty in those holes as well, and they didn't come back. Yay, that worked. For years, I've heard carpenter bees, the little carpenter bees, drill holes up into the wood part of this and have patched it. This year I used the wood putty, and that seemed to be the most effective thing. They actually drilled a hole in this post here, and I just couldn't get wood putty up in there enough, so I actually got a piece of a little old towel and shoved it up in there and then taped some over it, and I had to do all that. You can see the damage they've done. Here's where I've used the wood putty to patch the holes that they tried to drill this year. I haven't seen them after I did the wood putty. They even started in on a new area, the opposite end of the porch, but once I put the wood putty in there, they didn't come back. In previous years, I've even drilled holes in the framing for the porch swing, and that's an old thing that I tried, just taping it up, putting some aluminum foil or something over it, and then the wood putty was the most effective thing. They didn't come back.